Hello, here is how you do today's work. It's really important that you watch this entire video so that you know exactly what to do and you do this correctly, because this is a summative grade, and summative grade means a lot, so it's really important that you know how to do the work, where to find the information for the work, and of course, what to do. So on Google Classroom, under today's tab, you're going to click on the One Child Policy site tab, and we'll open that up, and it's going to open up this Google site, and the Google site has a couple tabs: Home, Population History, One Child Policy, Unintended Consequences, and Summative Assignment. Along with this site, you're going to need your handout, and the handout looks like this. So we're going to follow this handout right from one to the other. Now you'll notice that the first number is 7. That's because numbers 1 through 6 are really contained in this table. So don't worry about trying to find questions 1 through 6. They are in this table right here. So the instructions for this first part say, click on the Population History tab on the site and complete the Population History data table below. How do I do that? I go to the site and I click on Population History. And when I do that, I get the site here and I can scroll down a bit. And this talks about how the population of China has changed over time. That would be the history of the population. So from 1000 to 1100 AD, the population went from 50 million to 120 million. From 1700 to 1830, the population went from 56 million to 400 million. And then from 1949 to 1979, the population went from 540 million to 969 million. Now, all those numbers are what you're going to put in this chart. And I've actually put some in here for you. I put the number for the year 1000 and the year 1100. Now, the thing that you have to figure out is what the increase in the population was. And I did that for you for this first example. So in 1000, the population was 50 million. In 1100, the population was 120 million. The difference, or the increase, or the range, is 70 million. So that's what I put right here. So you're going to complete the rest of this chart using the information on the Population History tab, and you're going to calculate what the increase was. Simple enough. Next part says, click on the One Child Policy tab on the site, watch both videos, and answer both questions. How do I do that? I go to the site, and I click on One Child Policy. There we go. And there are 2 videos, and you can watch the videos. Actually, there's only 1 video. Never mind. So you watch the 1 video, and then you read the other information. Yeah, this was a video. Now we made it text. So you have video and text. So questions 7, 8, and 9 refer to the video and the text. So according to the video, what was the Chinese government's goal in instituting the one-child policy? So the video is going to tell you why the Chinese instituted that policy, what they hoped to attain from doing that, what their goal was. That's in the video. Watch the video, then you'll find the answer. Then it says, according to the text, what was one of the long-term consequences of the policy? So if you look here in this text, this will talk about the long-term consequences of the policy. Here, one long-term consequence of the policy included, and then you can read on from there to get that answer. Then number 9 says, what does the consequence imply or tell you about the future of Chinese society? This, number 9, is a question you need to answer, thinking in your own head, based on what you watched in the video and what you read in the text, what you think is going to happen in China based on this policy, according to the text. So if you read the text carefully, this answer is fairly simple to do. Okay, next part says, click on the Unintended Consequences tab of the site, watch both videos, and answer all 3 questions. So how do we do that? We go over here, click on Unintended Consequences on the site, and this one does have 2 videos, so you have to watch them both, and there's some text, which is pretty important, and then we've got 3 questions. So questions are, according to the video, or the videos, what are 2 unintended consequences of China's one-child policy? So the video is going to tell you what 2 unintended consequences were. Unintended means they didn't mean for it to happen, but it happened anyway. So got to watch the video and figure out what 2 of those consequences were. Number 11 says, according to the text, what was China's reaction to the failed outcome and unintended consequences of the one-child policy? So the text which is this stuff right here, this dark bolded part here, this tells you what China's response was when they realized that the policy wasn't actually going to work like they wanted it to work. So you need to figure out what was their response or reaction to that. And then number 12 says, do you think the shift in policy would be successful? Why or why not? So after answering this question, then you, in your own head, should have an idea. Do you think that what China has done to respond is going to work? And then let us know. Why do you think it will, or why do you think it won't? So, almost done. Then this is the important part here. The first questions that you answer, they gather really good information that'll help you write this final piece, which is the 6-sentence analytical paragraph. And we've kind of broken it down for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to answer this prompt. Explain how China's one-child policy caused unexpected negative consequences. And your paragraph has to include a thesis statement, one consequence with some text evidence, another consequence with some text evidence, and a concluding sentence. Now here, I actually give you a little bit of information of what we're looking for. The thesis statement is a sentence that just states that the policy did not or did have unintended negative consequences. You're just going to write a sentence that says that. Then you're going to think of or look back at what one of the consequences was and write a sentence that states what that consequence was. And then provide the text evidence. Write another sentence, a real sentence, that says where in the text or where in the site you found that information, according to, and then you say where that information came from. You do the same for the second consequence that's shown in the site, and you provide text evidence. And then the concluding sentence, it just concludes. It wraps everything up. It restates the thesis statement. You may add a little bit extra to reaffirm that, and then you're done. But you've got to have 6 sentences. Now, this is a summative grade. Do you have to fill up all of this spot? No. But you do have to write 6 real sentences that are actual sentences that flow together that correspond to this little part right up here. So very, very easy to do. This has got to be finished today. Most of you won't be here tomorrow, so this has got to be finished today, and this is a summative grade that's going to be put in the grade book fairly quickly. So make sure you focus in class. Make sure you get this done. When you're done with this, then you can continue to work on, or if you haven't started, you can start the one-pager. The one-pager is going to be due on Friday, but you need to do this first and then the one-pager second. Good luck.